Welcome to Accomplish Everything. I'm Shannon, and today I have a little crafting project. Now, some of you might have noticed that I am pretty nerdy, but this project right here will kind of let you know exactly how nerdy I am and the things that I like. This project has been something I've wanted for a long time, a really long time. And my previous 3D printers weren't quite big enough to pull it off. It was just a little too small. But now I can finally do it. I can finally work on it. I don't even know if some of you will even know what this is, but I love it. It's from a classic, cheesy 80's sci-fi fantasy movie, and I wanted one of these for so long. The Glaive. Yes, the Glaive from the movie Krull. I don't know if any of you even know what that is, or if you've seen it, if you like it. Oh, look at this thing. It's like a throwing star with 5 knife blades on it. Which way do you throw it? Is it this way? Is it this way? Either way looks awesome. And I can't wait to put this together. I wanted this for so long. I printed this in a bunch of different parts, and I'm gonna use a bunch of different ways to get the right look for it. I have little jewels, like the jewel will go in the center there, and then I have tinier little jewels that'll go, I don't know if you can see it right there, on each one of these on both sides. I'm gonna paint them and make it look cool. And then I also have a nice little wall mount that I found for it, where it will just slide in there and hold it. I can't wait. The knives in the movie, they actually like retract. This won't. And look at this thing. Look, the size of this thing. Look at this. I cannot wait to put this together, and I hope you enjoy it. Let's get into it. Okay, so some of the things we're going to use on this project. Of course, I'll bring out the acrylic white to primer this bigger part right here. I'm not going to use it on the blades, but I'm going to use it on this part here. These also, this whole thing comes apart. There we go. Alright, so yeah, it's in a few parts. So there's one part, and then each of the blades come off like this, and they press fit into here. See how they hold in? So, yeah. I'm gonna primer that. Off all these blades. Lost track of it. Okay. I'm gonna use this for the primer. I'm gonna go ahead and do that and then skip ahead when I'm done. And then I'm gonna use some acrylic paint. I have references, by the way, from Prop Store when they sold the actual props, when they sold the actual prop glaive. So I did have to increase the size of the 3D print file because it wasn't right, to make it officially the right size. And also I have some pictures that Prop Store took, which I've used those so many times for different things that I made throughout the years. They're great. Their photos are great. So I have some colors, some different paints that I'll be using on the body. I'll try this golden yellow, this golden sunset, and then there's highlights that I'm going to use this arbor green on. Some of the jewels, I'm going to use this red enamel because I really like the color of it. The thing that I don't like about these testers enamels, I haven't used these a whole lot, And maybe you guys use them more often and you can tell me some secrets to them or something, but every single time I use these, I end up throwing the brush away because I just can't get it off there. I'm sure maybe there's a thinner or something like that I'm just not aware of. Maybe a certain brush you gotta use with it. I don't know. But I really like the color of them, so I'll use this on some of these little jewels. And then also the body of the glaive is like this gold and yellow mix color, and then I have another enamel of a gold flake. And then I'm going to be using these, which if you don't know about them, get them if you're crafting anything really. I'm going to use these. There's a liquid chrome. These are amazing if you have old collectible toys and some of the chrome is worn off over the years. These, great. These chrome pens will bring it back and make it look incredible again. I used it on my old Voltron sword. The chrome had worn off of it. Beautiful, beautiful. You've never seen the chrome paint work like that. I've seen lots of paints before that were like, oh yeah, this is chrome, and it's just a silver really. It's no reflection, nothing on it. That is different. And then I finally got one of these, which I'd been trying to find for quite a while and couldn't, that I will use this. It's the liquid chrome gold. So this will be for highlights pretty much on the body. So I'm gonna get to work and primer this thing and get to it. Now, before I start this, some of you may look at this and be like, "What's he doing? Why is he wearing the shirt inside out?" Because I know myself, and I know that when I paint, sometimes paint gets on my clothes, and I actually like these clothes. I'm not wearing junk clothes, so turn it inside out. That's why. Now I'm gonna get to it. There you go, that's what they look like. I'm not really worried about this being sloppy. This is just the base of the body is yellow. So just wanted that's just the base. I'm gonna go over top of it and at the end of it, this needs to kind of look metalish. So letting these dry and then go from there. Okay, so while those bigger body parts are drying, I'm going to work on the blades. And so with the blades, I'm going to use this chrome pen on them, and since they're individually done, I'm going to put some painter's tape on this rack, set them on there, make it double-sided, and then I'm going to stick each one of the blades up so they can dry individually. There, look, you can see how shiny that actually gets. It actually looks like chrome. Alright, there we go. All 5 are done. I might touch them up a little bit after a while, but those are done. I gotta let these sit and dry. Okay, so in order to get this metal effect on here, as I'm looking at the prop store pictures, I'm going to, I think, do a wash of this over. I'm going to make my own and go over top of it. So I find that when you're trying to make something more realistic, the more colors you can put into it, the more real it looks, because there's so many different colors in it that it makes it seem like a more real thing. So yeah, I'm gonna do a wash of this over it, and then I'll do some highlights with this stuff, and then I'll top off edging and stuff with the chrome. That's the plan. Okay, now I'm going to do the green highlights. The green highlights are going to go here and in each one of these. So each one of these, around the jewels, and in there. This seemed to be the right green. Putting the base color on this, so like how on the Slimer one I told you I kind of paint in layers. So this green is going to be on the bottom, when the top part is going to be the highlight around there. So I'm putting this down first, so then that can go on top. I think one of the big things that stops people from accomplishing their goals is no one wants to waste their time, right? No one wants to be putting in hours or days or years into something to just have it be, hey, I was better off just leaving that alone and going to something else, you know? But that can stop you from ever doing anything. You know, I've definitely been guilty of that. For sure, I've done that a whole lot in my life. And I still am trying to get better at it, you know? I think a lot of it comes with time and just trusting yourself. You know, as you get older, you get more confident in your skills, and like, hey, I do know what I'm doing, you know, and I know that if I'm plugging at this for a while, it'll all come together and it'll all look great. It might look like a mess right now. This might not look anything like the final thing that I'm going for, but if I keep plugging at it and I keep doing what I know I can do, it's gonna work out. Like I said, I'm trying to get better at that myself. Yeah, see, and even like here, you can tell like a second layer looks way better than the first layer. You know, just going over it again, and eventually it'll come together. Watch. Like I said, right now it looks like a grade school art project. And maybe some things that you're starting are gonna be the same. You're like, oh, what is this? But definitely, like, as you get older, I know I had to come into my, like, confidence as a person. The older I got, the more I found out who I am. And the more I do that, the more confident I get. So, maybe you're the same, you know? I'm telling you, the more layers you put on, the more you trust yourself. You'll get there. You'll get there. Watch. Just trust yourself. Keep putting the layers on. I added some of this, the super gloss, to the bigger jewels. And it kind of makes them shine. You can see the facets better and stuff. So that'll look great. I got all these done now. So those will be inset in here in each one of these. Now I'm going to do this like highlight part. See, now you can see what I'm talking about, how now put this on top of it and now this looks like inlet, like now this looks like it's inserted like jewel sort of, because this is on top of it and it cleans up all that little excess stuff there because it just goes right on top of it. It covers it really good. But see, like I was saying, if we would have just stopped when it didn't look great, you know, then this wouldn't get completed and look as good as it does. It's just sometimes those steps aren't, you know, fully together. They look like maybe you're going off course, but the fact is you're actually doing exactly what you need to do. Alright, so now all the painting is done, both sides. It's all metal and cool. I got all my blades done now. So now it's hot glue time. Good. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Yeah, baby. Yeah, sick. Sick. Well, this just turned out amazing. I don't know how it could have possibly turned out any better. I'm so psyched to have one of these in my collection now. Man, so many years I wanted one of these. And just turned out so great. Even better than I thought in my head it would. So hope you guys enjoyed this. Thanks for checking it out. Go watch Krull. See you guys next week. Peace.